I literally do not know what just happened there, man.
Who
We were
does?
recording. We were recording the show. I had opened up a program. Everything crashed, and then like it froze, and then your audio went black. But yet I could still see you talking on the other one that's got the cup of coffee. So I
Mm-hmm.
saw that. I saw what was going on. So, but then like it just a cascading effect, and then all of a sudden like
Yeah.
it closed everything down. I opened back up again. Somehow a different Adam Morrison is the host of the show. I'm like, I'm gonna reclaim this bitch. So I did that, and then it like you popped on there for a second. There was another Adam here. There was a cup of coffee. There's
What?
four of us. It was really freaking weird.
Whoa.
And then
Yeah.
it just all crashed again. And then it popped back up and it said recording, and then it said not recording. And now here we are. Guess what? You are experiencing the fifth episode of your
Now
new
here's my
podcast. Two dudes, one cup of coffee.
here's my question. Do you think that was a glitch in the matrix, or, and hear me out, was it some sort of multiversal incursion happening where we're actually experiencing echoes of our other selves?
I mean, at first I thought it was the phone link app that I have for Windows that connects my phone to my computer,
I guess
because
that's
that's
also
what's been
possible.
happening the past few days. But now that you mentioned this multiverse incursion,
Yeah, yeah. You
I
think
don't
that's
know,
more
man.
likely than a glitch in the matrix?
Or both. Why can't
Hmm.
both be the same?
Do you think the matrix is multiversal?
Why would it not be multiversal?
Well, let me rephrase that. So when you say multiversal, do you think there's a matrix in each universe, or is there one grand matrix which all multiverses exist within side of
Yeah, I'd say the Matrix is the multiverse.
itself? Okay,
That's the
okay,
entire encompassing. And now my video is frozen. I don't know.
yep. I guess we're not supposed to record on Sunday.
I don't know, man. We're yeah.
Weird. We are just not having luck today. Very weird.
Jesus
Very
Christ.
weird.
Super weird. And now it like did
Yeah.
a weird zoom up. That's
Speaking
fun.
of
That's
Jesus
great.
Christ,
Whatever.
we're supposed to be in church right now, aren't we? Maybe that's the problem.
I don't know, man. This is weird. It's
Cool
Edward
stuff.
showing all his cool artifacts that he has acquired or will acquire at some point in his life. I
Yeah,
think the other thing
definitely.
that's weird too. So if you haven't
Mention
noticed
existing.
yet, I
Yeah.
have a backdrop which has now increased our podcast by another 5%. So now our podcast is 17.5% better. But the problem is the way the webcam is. It's the backdrop's not long enough, and so I have to zoom in. So I just get the backdrop, which is now
Yeah.
causing more problems. Mr. Goodwill is showing all of his artifacts, and now his
A
Goodwill is
logical
showing
thing.
all of his
And
artifacts. Now his
adventures with
video is
that.
frozen. Jesus Christ, this is all bad. This is just all bad. I don't even know if this is.
Is everything still bad? Is it still frozen?
It freezes every once in a while.
I get a
I don't
good
know.
view on this thing. I get a good view on this thing.
What is
So
that? Is that Harry
as
Potter's wand?
it is not. Good question though. As Adam mentioned, I've been traveling around. I'm actually visiting my mom this weekend. Um, so this is some artifacts I collected with my dad on our adventures growing up. This is a pretty bad camera, I think, but this, I don't remember which island nation this comes from. Unfortunately, we'll have to do some research on that. This is called the love stick. True story. It's called the love stick. Um, in this island nation, what would happen if you wanted to take a young lady out on a date? Every young man carves his own love stick, and they all have unique designs. Okay, and over the course of a day, the women would get to memorize that design by touch. They would feel the love stick and learn the design and know that this design belongs to Adam, that design belongs to so and so, right? And then what they would do in the evening time, if the young man wanted to take a young lady out on a date, as it were, he would walk up to uh, essentially the grass hut or the thatched hut, whatever you want to call it, but the house, but it's all thatched and grass, right? He would take his love stick, he would push it through the grass walls, okay? And the young lady's able to see the stick. She touches it, she feels it, she says, "Oh, that's Adam's love stick. That's the man for me." and then she'd say, "Hey, mom, dad, I'm gonna go collect seashells with Susie," but really she's gonna go canoodling with Adam. Or you push your love stick in, she feels it and goes, "That belongs to Edward. That guy's a loser. I'm not going out there," and she pushes it back out. Dude, human courting rituals are amazing.
It's like
I know.
it's like
I
a
know.
phallic thing, dude. And every
It
dude's
is.
thing is different. And
Yep.
it's like they're gonna
Yep.
poke it through the grass. Oh my god, man, the
Yeah,
John.
dude. It's amazing, right?
Oh, you
Dude,
perverts. You
dude,
perverts.
courting rituals are amazing, dude. I love that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Yeah, so when I say like even that adventure in Pompeii with the Tridac clam, a lot of that stuff was growing up with my dad. I was his research assistant. He was a marine biologist, um, and so I got lucky. He took me all over the Pacific Islands and meeting people and doing research and having just amazing experiences and visiting exotic locales. And, a lot of good memories there. Swimming with sharks, barracudas, moray eels, almost getting stung by stingrays. Visiting a place called what's the name of the place? I can't remember its proper name, but it's the Cave of the Skull. And from the outside, you're like, just a cave. Why do they call it the Cave of the Skull? It took me 5 years of visiting this place to figure it out. So we'd go to the cave, we'd check it out, we'd look at the petroglyphs and stuff on it and document it and everything. And then we went through at a different time of day. There's a certain time of day where the sun enters the cave, hits the back wall, the shadows fall just right, the back wall's a giant, like 40-foot skull. But only if the sun hits it just right. Another place called the Cave of Disappearing Waters. You have to take an oxygen tank with you.
Mm.
There's a stream that flows into the tank, not the tank, excuse me, into the cave, and then if you follow the stream to the end point, it gets deeper and deeper into the cave, and then it just disappears because it just filters down, right? But because of all the detritus that is brought in with the water and the fact that the water goes down and doesn't pool, you get this weird effect of oxygen being sucked out and noxious gases building up. So the deeper you go, the more lightheaded you become until you eventually pass out and die.
Interesting.
Yeah. Good times.
Cool.
Yeah. I feel like my anthropological stories have kind of dead ended our show.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for a different podcast. We should do a different podcast
Definitely.
where I talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
This is supposed to be like
lighthearted, fun,
yeah.
kooky, and crazy at times. Back to the multiverse because that was cool.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Cave of a Skull and Disappearing Waters is cool too, but I mean,
not as cool as made up bullshit.
It's not as cool as if you throw in like a Jack Sparrow finding those disappearing waters, and he's got some drunk in it.
My life isn't literally a Disney movie. Sorry.
Got it. It kind of is.
A little bit.
It's like a reverse. It's a reverse.
A reverse Disney movie.
Yeah. But even then, like even well, what's interesting is like if you've seen a lot of the newer Disney movies, they don't really have traditional villains like they used to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I think one of the best examples is Encanto. I don't know if you've seen that.
Sucks. Yeah, it sucks.
But there's no villain.
Yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
But it's people dealing with the generational trauma that is a part of their lives and having to overcome that. Another good one I think is Soul's a good one. What's the one with where it's where the person has like all the different things and it's kind of like what's going on in her psyche. I can't remember.
With like the emotions, that one. It's not called emotions, but like all the
The
different
motion one.
emotions in their head.
Where they have like sadness, happiness. How the
I
dad
hate
has
that
a whole
one
bunch
too.
of like male characters. The wife has a whole bunch of female, but she has a mix of them. I mean,
but
so
men
like,
and women aren't real. You can be enemies. Sorry, edit that part out.
hope.
not for my sake. I don't care.
Trigger warning.
Oh, fucking trigger warnings, Jesus Christ.
You've been warned. So like Disney's starting to go that route too, where there aren't like traditional, like even the new Lightyear doesn't necessarily have a villain. It seems like it's a villain, but it's not a villain.
Right.
You know, and then it comes this like, do you care if I spoil it for you? I'm going to spoil it for everyone.
Please
if you haven't seen Lightyear, like close your ears, or you know what? It's 2022. Like,
this is a movie for adults. So
I think people watching this either don't care about Lightyear or have already seen it or don't care, but whatever.
Yeah.
So the villain ends up being Lightyear.
Yeah.
So Zorg.
Yeah.
Is Lightyear from another timeline or from him in the future. It's a weird thing. It's so weird. And so it's basically like that Lightyear wanting to correct everything.
Yeah.
And go back to the point where things hit the fan and correct everything. And the new Lightyear is like, or the young Lightyear is like, well, wait a second. Like if that happens, then all these people that I know, all those relationships are gone. All those love stories are gone. Like even though we got stranded on a planet, that doesn't happen.
Right.
And I can't be okay with that not happening. I would rather live out this life as we're living it than try to correct everything and go back in time and start over.
Right.
Which is, I mean, a very interesting topic. Like if we have the chance to go back in time, are we going to change things? And it's like sometimes and sometimes, you know what, no. Like maybe it's okay that I'm where I am. And that's what he realized, because he's like, his best friend ended up getting married, had a kid, all this other stuff. They built kind of this new civilization on an alien planet, and it's like, I don't want to change that. So then that means that doesn't exist. That means that doesn't happen for them.
Right.
Or happen in that way that it happens. It's like, it's not worth changing everything just so I can, you know, save the mission.
It sounds like there's a good message in that movie, but it also sounds really dumb. But the message sounds good. Like the message sounds good, but like this whole Lightyear is actually Zorg is shut up. Some things don't need twists. Some things don't need to be explained. Like that's just me though.
But the whole time, like when we see Toy Story come out for the first time and Lightyear is introduced into Andy's gang of toys, like that's the movie. That is the movie Andy saw. So that takes a whole new meaning. Like even though he had that Zorg character, the Buzz Lightyear toy doesn't know that Zorg is Lightyear.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's what's really also kind of cool about that movie too, is that's the movie that was featured in Toy Story. That's the movie Andy went and saw. And so obviously he has a different remembrance of it according to the movies.
Okay.
But even then the toys don't. The toys think it's still Zorg. It's the bad guy.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of cool.
Christ, what is going on with Cup? Cup, what are you doing? What are you doing, Cup?
Is Cup moving away? Is Cup done with this conversation?
I don't know. It's I did something, I think. There. Hey, there you go, buddy. Nice job.
And he's back.
You're working the camera. Back. Fantastic job. And he's gone. Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
This message is not brought to you by Starbucks.
It's not. That's what I'm drinking this morning.
Well, I'm not drinking I'm drinking out of Starbucks, but I'm not drinking Starbucks.
Mine is Starbucks. No, I'm drinking out of just a dinner glass because I'm a savage.
You're classy. You're a savage. Ratchet, bougie. What's happening?
But
What's
it is
happening?
Starbucks in this club, you know. Speaking of savage, right? So like Joe Rogan and those guys love the word savage, right? That is like, as far as I can tell, one of the biggest compliments you can get from that group of guys is that they call you a savage, right? And I discovered this years ago. And for a long time, I'm like, God, I want that. Like, I want to be a savage. I want someone to one day be like, this dude is a savage. You know, what a good compliment. So I go to this place, EOS Fitness, the gym. Okay, I went to check it out yesterday. I'm chatting with the gym bros. They're giving me the tour. We're coking and joking, right? Okay. Comes up that I'm divorced. Comes up that I'm kind of not really dating Turtle Pear. Okay.
What? You're not?
I know, right? But I totally am.
Spoilers.
Totally yeah, right. But it was we're like swapping stories, right? I was like, yeah, guys, I took this girl out on this date last week, went to go watch this movie. We get out of the movie, and her parents text and say, hey, we made dinner for you guys. Why don't you come over? It's like, oh, that's cool. I was like, nah. I told them no, I had stuff to do. I dropped her off and left. They're like, what? I was like, dude, her parents gave me 5 minutes warning. I'm not doing that. And they start laughing, right? I'm like, no, think about it. It was rude of them to assume that I had nothing going on. They gave me 5 minutes warning. They don't know what I'm doing. They don't know what's up with my life. And, and then they're mad at me for not coming to dinner. Oh, you gave me 5 minutes warning. That was rude of you to assume I'd be there, right? They're laughing. And I go, this same thing, this girl, I left my laptop at her house the other day. So she texts me and says, hey, do you want me to bring your laptop over? I said, yes, that'd be great. So she brings the laptop over. I walk outside, get the laptop. She gets out of the car, puts her purse on her shoulder, starts walking towards the house. I turn to her and go, what are you doing? She goes, well, I came over. I said, to drop off my laptop. Thanks, I got stuff to do. And that's when the guys were like, oh, you're savage. You're a fucking savage. I was like, I've arrived.
But even what happened over in Sacramento the other weekend was pretty savage. For our listeners that, for whatever reason, didn't listen to episode 4.
Yeah. Whoa. Do we have sound clips now?
No, I'm bored. So I'm just... I'm dinking around, man. Oh, that was worth it. That was so good. Okay, we're gonna put that away. I knew that was gonna come in handy at some point. Yeah, I'm a pretty funny guy. Yep.
Oh boy, this podcast just got 12% worse.
Oh. 5.5% better now. Wow. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not really doing the math.
It's getting real bad. I mean, the cabin problems that we're having.
Yeah.
I don't like how close it zoomed up on my face. Like, you can't really see my cool microphone or the jersey I'm wearing because it's Kraken game day. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
go Kraken.
I don't know.
I don't know either, dude. So yeah.
My wife's walking around. She's so hot. Oh, she's in the bathroom. Never mind. All right. I thought I was going to see her.
So in the ongoing story of Edward and Turtle Pear, I did take her out Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to go to a haunted house.
Yeah.
The tickets for the haunted house are sold at Costco for reasons. It's like a big haunted house. It's some big, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So I was like, all right, why don't you go home and like get cleaned up or whatever. I'll grab the tickets. I'll come pick you up. So I went to Costco to get the tickets, realized I didn't have my Costco card on me because when I went to the concert last weekend, I take everything out of my wallet when I go to that place except for like the bare necessities, just in case I lose it or something, then it's less to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the Costco card. I go pick her up. I'm like, hey, funny story. Don't have the Costco card. Blah blah. Look, long story short, I'm making this story less good than it is. Here's the point, Adam. We went to an arcade bar. We're playing arcade. I'm kicking her ass at Madden. I'm kicking her ass
Good.
at Dig Dug. I'm
Kick
kicking
her ass
her
at
ass
everything.
at Simpsons, Mortal Kombat, Pinball. You name a game, I fucking demolished her.
Mhm.
And then it's weird feeling like I'm 15, not having a place of my own, you know?
Mhm.
So there's no good way to tell this story, Adam.
Just tell it, dude.
So we went out to the middle of a field and parked the car and fooled around.
That's it?
That's it, yeah. Got a blowjob.
I thought you were going to break up with her.
Nah, dude. I gotta break up with her.
Right.
She's stuck on my dick.
That's fair. That's a fair point, right?
That doesn't make any sense.
Why send the cow to slaughter if it's giving you the milk?
Right? Can confirm she has small little nipples. We knew this from last time.
But you told me.
I felt them last time.
Oh, you saw them this time.
Now I've seen them.
Wow. All right. Good for you, buddy.
Thanks,
Good
buddy.
for you. That's great.
It is.
Real great.
Yeah.
That's terrific.
Yeah. She was going to town having a good time, and then she stopped and she's like, "Are you liking it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like, it feels really good." I'm like, yeah, great, good effort, right? She's like, "Yeah, but what happened?" Like this next part's X-rated, boys and girls. So she's going down on me, right? And I'm leaning back in the driver's seat. She's going down, and I grab her head. I just start pushing her down deeper, right? I'm like fucking her mouth. Okay. And then I stop and let her up for air. And she comes up, she's like, "Oh boy, like, did you come?" I was like, "You would know if I did." Like, there's
I'm sorry, Mom and Dad and Grandma and Grandpa. I had no idea Ed was going to go here.
How do you kind of ask that kind of question, right?
Oh, my God. I didn't ask any kind of question. You just decided to divulge the information.
Colonel Pear asked me if I came or not. And I'm like, you would know if I did. Should we not? Wait, I thought I was allowed to speak freely on this podcast.
I guess. I don't know, man.
Does your mom and dad listen to this?
I hope not.
God, I am so sorry,
Christ
Mr. and
almighty.
Mrs. Adams' mom and dad.
This is why I don't say stuff, dude.
That's fair.
I'm the good one here.
My mom found out through the grapevine that I'm doing this podcast with you, and she was asking me about it. She's like, "Oh, what's the name of your podcast? And how do I listen?" And I said, "But Mom,
no,
you don't want to.
No,
you don't want to listen.
This is not for you."
And she's like, "But I want to support you." I'm like, "Cool. You can like the podcast. You can like
send you money.
Yeah, you can send the podcast money to pay for the Zoom link or something, but you don't want to listen, Mom."
No, you don't.
She's like, "But I want to know." I was like,
"No, you do not want to know."
I went, "Mom, this is your son completely, like my Mormon dial is turned all the way off. I'm speaking freely. I am not editing myself. I'm not censoring myself. I'm talking about, like, you don't want to hear this. This is bar room, locker room talk. Like, you don't." She's like, "Oh, okay." Like,
she sounded real sad.
Yeah, because she said that her son.
We should do something special just for your mom.
Do an episode for her, a nice clean one. Talk about like Legos
or like a partial one.
Yeah. So so moving forward, I should have saved the details, of which there's more, for behind the scenes. Patreon, Adam. Patreon. We can look.
I'm liking this idea.
We can have an R-rated podcast for adults, and then the Patreon gets the NC-17 XXX version.
Or
where I go into nitty-gritty details.
Or just hear me out.
Sure.
For the most part, we just move everything over to a completely different platform and not worry about, the fact that only 10 people have viewed the last podcast on YouTube. And I've gotten like no views. I've gotten no views.
It's very sad. It hurts,
On
doesn't it?
Spotify. It hurts my
Yeah, I know.
soul.
It does.
It hurts so much.
The real, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know,
I don't care about that.
are
I
you
really don't.
hashtagging? Have you looked into search engine optimization, Adam?
Oh, SEO? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't
See.
care.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. Neither
hard.
do I.
There's a
Good.
lot. There's a lot going on. Like I've tried editing a few videos here and there, and it just takes forever. And I'm like, this is
Yeah.
wow. I got a cool 30-second clip, and the only comment I got was super classy, Edward.
Oh, was that who was that from?
I don't know, some random person on TikTok that saw our video about you and your um, member wanting to be inside someone else. It's a good audio. It's a good audio. Like I don't know why that didn't go viral. Like why aren't more people using that audio? It's pretty sweet. Like
because the new generation are all faggoty and stuff, and they're like, oh, that's rude, and it doesn't feel good, and you hurt my feelings. You can't say words like faggot. Like shut up. We're gonna get canceled because of me. Just heads up. Like all 10 people who've listened to 3 episodes out of our 5 we're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
But this is what the world needs. America needs more people, and the world needs more people who aren't pussyfooting around this fucking bureaucratic PC bullshit, man.
I agree with that. The fact that people need safe spaces, the fact that just come on, get over it. Like deal with the difference, deal with the dualities in life, and move on and work through it. Don't just shut everything out because it hurts your feelings or it makes you feel bad or like it's uncomfortable. Shit's supposed to be uncomfortable. How do you think the majority of everyone else feels?
Yeah.
When you're demanding things.
Yeah.
When you're requiring us to change 30, 40, 50, 60 years of learned social behavioral interactions.
Yep.
Give us a goddamn break.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm off my soapbox.
Yeah. I think I'm done. Hold on. I thought I heard something.
Uh-oh.
Either somebody's home or there's a ghost.
Both?
Could be both. Actually, it was pretty freaky the other day. Oh my goodness, that scared me. The pink-haired girl scared me because we're talking about ghosts, and then she entered the frame behind you, and I thought it was a ghost. I'm not.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So it was a ghost.
I have a backdrop right here, dude. No one's getting behind my backdrop.
I guess no one's home. This is a ghost. Dude, the other day it was freaky, man. Nobody was at the house, and the printer just started printing.
That's awesome. That's cool.
Like it legit. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. Like it really was. It was pretty scary.
I remember being at home one day, and I was watching Scream right after school.
Yeah.
And this is back when so like I had like all the doors are shut. I'm sitting in the living room. There's 2 French glass doors that go into the dining room. Sitting in there watching Scream. Yeah. And all of a sudden the alarm goes off in the house.
Oh, nice.
And I thought like everything was all locked down. So I like bolt into the kitchen, grab a 12-inch chef knife.
Yeah.
I start checking everything. Both the front door and the back door. Crap, I got to sneeze. Ooh, not good. Ooh, I'm sorry, folks. That's bad. Start checking front door, back door. I go into the garage. The door going into the garage is slightly cracked open.
Oh, yeah.
So I open the door up and I look out in the garage. The garage door is closed. The door going to the outside from the garage is closed and locked.
Yeah.
I then proceed to go upstairs and I start simultaneously going through every single room, every single closet, looking in the bathrooms, looking behind the shower curtains. Like
smart.
What I think happened is the door going into the garage didn't close all the way, and there was like an air depressurization thing that then popped it open and then set the alarm off.
Yeah.
But 16-year-old me didn't think about those things at the time. I was scared shitless.
No one else heard that because this is a Zoom meeting, but a sound I've never heard before was just made in this house. Actually, in all seriousness, I was visiting my mom last year. Oh, here we go. Good. I got both headphones on now, so I can't hear the weird noises that are going to scare me. No, I was visiting.
But if you can't hear the noises that scare you, I heard that.
Did you?
What was that?
I don't know. Something off. We'll finish this podcast outside. I'm gonna walk.
I'm not okay with this. This is.
Well,
you need to get some sage, bro. You need to sage that place up.
No, so in all seriousness, I was visiting my mom last year in December, near my dad's birthday. He passed away a couple of years ago, right? Dude, I swear to God, I don't know that I saw him per se, but I don't know why it wouldn't have been him. There was an apparition walking around the kitchen. Like, it was late at night. I was on a phone call with a different group of friends, and I just kept seeing. It was the corner of the eye thing, you know. It wasn't right in front of me, but like there was just this. It felt weird, and then I just kept corner of the eye, edge of my vision, seeing this kind of shape, you know. And I'm like, dad is walking around, you know. And now I'm in his house telling dirty stories and using foul language, and
it's a bad omen, man.
Yeah, it's like, you need to get out, son. So,
dude, did that mask just move?
All right.
The one behind your right shoulder? Did that?
No, it didn't. Yeah, it's
sure?
Silly. Yes.
Wait.
Good job, though.
What's that? Like, point over your left shoulder.
Over my left shoulder?
Yeah, go like this. Just, no, point your finger or something.
Oh.
So there's right up there. See right up there?
Yeah, that one?
No, the one over. Nope, other way. The one kind of in the middle. It wasn't there before.
It was always there, Adam. Oh my goodness. Getting scared now. I'm gonna go for a walk.
You're welcome.
You want to know one of the things that used to scare me as a kid, though? When I was
I do,
like,
absolutely.
Up, little kid.
Yep, I do. Hold on.
You can't see it very well with the light or whatever, but
things that scare Ed.
Badass cobra carving. This thing's like 4 feet tall.
What is it? Like, it's a cobra.
Old,
cobra.
And it's dark, you know,
wooden.
It's at the end of a hallway. You have to walk up to this 4 foot tall cobra, and you're like 5 years old just to get to your bedroom. It's freaky, dude.
Yeah, if you have like a weird light hitting against it or something, like.
We lose audio?
Huh?
I lost audio.
Can you hear me?
No, I can't hear you.
That's weird.
What's going on?
Hello? I can hear you. Hello? Oh, you hit like a button. I think you're hitting buttons. Because for a second there, it just said that you muted me.
I did do that to see if it would. Oh, dude, my headphones like turned off.
I wonder if like you hit it or something.
No, that's weird. It just disconnected because they're still on. If I get murdered on a live
cast, like, that's gonna be pretty dope. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now I can hear you too.
What's going on? What just happened there? Like the screen blacked out.
I don't know.
I didn't see you there for a bit. Like I didn't hear anything. Like we're just.
I don't know, dude. This is what do they call it? I mean, we are getting close to Halloween, right? The haunting season and all that, you know. What's up?
Nothing. My eye twitched out there for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Boy, this
So
has been
back to multiverse and the Matrix, because that's what I've been wanting to talk about this entire time. You kept on hijacking the show. Heaven forbid half the hosts want to talk about something.
Sorry.
Whatever.
Sorry.
So the Matrix,
apologize.
in my mind, the Matrix is this entire is the entire system.
Yeah, yeah.
And within the Matrix, there are all these different multiverses.
Kind of like folders.
Or folders, yeah. Why not?
To continue with it, if we want to use the computer analogy that the Matrix uses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't going there. You were just continuing on. You were just explaining. Okay, that makes sense. Perfect. So yeah. So like, I guess like if you have various files or folders that kind of get the same name and the same thing, and they start to merge somehow because someone's clicking around, like I can see how that can happen. Yeah. I think.
Is there another Adam Morrison in existence?
Oh yeah, there's probably an infinite number.
Like do you fully subscribe to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I also believe that we're all connected somehow.
Yeah.
And whether or not we are made aware of those connections is a different story. But we're all connected. I do believe that the sense of deja vu that we have is because it's either because another Adam has already experienced that.
Yeah. Oh.
Or it's because time is not linear, time is fluid, and it's confirmation. Like everything's already happened. Like so, if you take the Matrix analogy, outside of the Matrix, everything has already happened.
Yeah.
Everything that's going to happen in that program has already happened because it was programmed to do so, right? And so, deja vu is the sense that it's because it's already happened. Everything's already happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And things will happen again. Like that whole, they talk about history repeating itself. That might go to a larger sort of idea or concept of the universe, time, and everything in it. And so, yeah, that's deja vu, multiple realities. I believe that it's one soul in all of those different realities, all those different splinters, all those different factions of the multiverse.
So one
and that when we die, and that might account for a lot of the weird sort of understandings we have, like Bernstein bears or Bernstein bears. If we die, like what if we like kind of like waking up in another body? Kind of thing is kind of interesting. Another thing that I heard recently.
Wait, can we go back to that?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm following you. You said one soul.
Yeah.
One soul.
Yep. Okay. One consciousness. One consciousness, one soul.
Okay. One consciousness, one soul. So is that like when you're saying that? So there is only a single Adam Morrison, okay, but there's multiple shells, if you will, in different universes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are those shells animate, or is only one shell animate at a time?
No, I think they're all animate at the same time.
Is the soul inhabiting all of them at once?
I think the soul is the background of it. I don't think that soul is like. I mean, it like programs run in the background, right? What would be another good way of so this might help. One thought that I heard was each individual soul has its own frequency.
Okay.
So when a body is born into the world, that body also has a frequency.
Okay.
So if the frequencies match, you're there.
Yeah.
You're born again, basically.
Sympathetic frequency.
And you might have memories of the past, you might not have memories of the past. And that might explain weird dreams that we have, or flashbacks, or deja vu, for instance, because we've already done these kinds of things. And so that can also explain, like, if a body is born into the world, let's say that is a female body, but your soul, which I don't think has a gender, is born in, and you were previously something else, maybe that's where, you're coming out with these different ideas of what reality should be, because you have experienced life as a different person, but now you're born into a
Yeah,
different body, but it's the same frequency. I don't know. Who knows? It's all weird. It's all cool.
it is. I like it all. We're going for a walk now.
But I believe that when we die, we don't die. Like our bodies might die, but our consciousness, our soul continues to exist,
Sure.
and that might awaken. You've seen Rick and Morty, right?
I'm aware of the concept. I've not seen.
So there's a couple
random episodes.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes where, like, when Rick dies,
Mm-hmm.
he just wakes up in another Rick body. That
Right,
he's
right.
like
Okay.
like a genetically engineered body. He wakes up into. It's like a failsafe.
Oh, okay.
What if that's not just dumb?
What if that is true?
Cartoon
basically?
in writing, but that's somebody's figured it out and they're trying to tell everybody
I mean,
the
maybe
best way
so.
they can.
Yeah, that
Like,
very well could
and
be.
so you just wake up in another body, and that could account for like why things are weird and why things are different, because maybe in a different universe it was the Bernstein Bears. But then that would also lend to the fact that when there are these large collective understandings of things, there's a large group of people that saw it as Bernstein Bears or Bernstein Bears. And what if a large group of people all simultaneously died at the same time?
Okay. Oh, then they all come over at once, like in some sort of extinction event, if you will.
Yeah. Or
or
world ending sort of thing.
Yeah. Huh. That's possible. It's very possible.
Like the world did end in 2012.
Oh, it definitely did. How's the video quality with me outside like this?
It's great. It's wonderful, sunny. I wish we're a little overcast today here in the Seattle, Washington area.
Yeah.
Ooh, palm trees.
Yeah,
man, I miss palm trees.
I gotta say, yeah, they're fantastic, aren't they? Also, I gotta say, the whole Arizona is really fantastic this time of year. So, 2 months ago, absolute garbage, Satan's butthole, just awful. But this time of year, beautiful. But the multiversal thing. Okay, see, I had never thought of it as being a single. Okay, wait, let's go back to this real quick. Have you seen the Jet Li movie, The One?
No, I don't think I have. Maybe. I don't know.
Dude,
if fantastic. I did, it was a long time ago.
Yeah, Jet Li fights himself. It's great. But so in that movie, it's a bit of a Highlander idea, but it's mixed with the idea of the multiverse and alternate dimensions, right? So, in Highlander, if you kill the other immortals, you gain their power, right? Okay, that's how the One works in the Jet Li movie, except the other people he's killing is himself. So there's alternate realities, and if you're able to cross over and kill yourself in another universe, you become stronger because you've killed. It's like all your strength and power is spread out across every version of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But as those versions die, or if you can learn how to kill them, you can become more powerful. And so there's an evil version of Jet Li who figures out how to cross realities, and he's going around killing everybody, trying to become the One. And then Jet Li has to fight himself, and it's awesome. Is there? I like that idea. I mean, I don't know if there's any substance to it, but it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I need some sort of harness to hold the phone while I walk, because this is some bull crap. I tell you what. You know?
That's pretty funny.
But I'll be honest, I got too scared. Our conversation got way too scared for me to stay in that house.
That's fair.
So I had to get out. Maybe I should have stayed on the porch. That might have been a better idea instead of actually walking around. But now y'all can see my mother's lovely neighborhood, So why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, all that multiverse stuff. I don't know. It's I used to think about that years ago when I was still trying to like when I was actually trying to be a musician and other various things in my life, And it was like, well, if the multiverse is real, there is a reality where I did make it and I am a famous bass player and whatever else, you know. Which on the one hand is like pretty cool, but I think it also served as like a little bit of opium, you know, but a little bit of dopamine for me, because it's like, well, if this is real and if one of my versions is a successful musician.
Hey, so you know, like audio is getting really weird and wonky.
Interesting.
Now it's somewhat better. Oh nope, it's like it's weird. I don't know if it's picking up things like,
I don't know
if it's
either.
or if it's just the straight up audio connection via
Wi-Fi now, right? I don't know.
yeah.
I'm going back to some of the ports. Just interesting experiment though.
Yep, it was.
So it's weird when I'm in mobile.
So
like
bad. It's so bad, man.
The audio
so
right
bad.
now.
It's so. It's like, oh man, when you hear it, you're just gonna be like, oh, that's not good.
Oh, geez, I'm sorry.
No, don't be. It's fine. We didn't know what was gonna happen. I don't want you to stay in a house where there could be ghosts that could kill you.
That house, my dad, but still, he's, you know, he's a scary man in his own way.
Yeah.
Dude, like, that's weird because we have every episode has been in my mobile office, and it's fine quality. So I thought it'd be. Oh, not fine quality. It's been.
I mean, it is and it isn't.
That's fair. Thing I have an application with Wi-Fi and like.
So somebody made a comment that they thought it was hysterical that you were always in a car, and I kind of like I told them a reason why that was happening.
Yeah,
They're like, wow, you should have just left it to the imagination. I'm like, yeah, but did you consider that I might tell other people in your friend group that things might be different? And so when you do come together and have a conversation about why Ed is in the car, you're all going to have a different understanding because Adam told you.
Exactly. It's like
well, Adam said it was this, but wait a second. Adam told me this. It's like, so what's the truth, people? What's the truth?
I get these scars. You know,
you have scars.
The Joker.
Oh, right.
He gets a different reason every time. Yeah. Gets a reason every time.
I kind of forgot that happened that way.
Yeah, that's fair. I think a lot of people do. Also, I had steel-toe boots on. A walk with steel-toe boots on.
What do you have steel-toe boots for?
Stomping people's faces.
That'd be the underside of the shoe that matters the most there, buddy. Unless you're kicking people.
True, not literally stomping, but still. So, a young man, 10 years old, something like that. I got to hang out with uncles. My uncles are some bad mothers. As such, my mom did not let me hang out with them very often because she was afraid of the influence they'd have on me. They left, one of them left home when he was like 16 or 15 or something, and basically got on his motorcycle and just rode off into the sunset. It got to a point that he was a first name basis with every state trooper in the state he lived in, which is why he legally changed his name. That's how much legal trouble he was in, because he was that much of an outlaw. You know, outlaw bikers run in clubs, right? They run in packs. There's always a group.
Yeah.
He didn't. He didn't want a pack. He was a true lone wolf. To the that he was. She approached the Angels, and they're like, "Hey, we want you to join us." And he said, "Fuck." And the Hell's Angels said, "No, you don't understand who we are." He says, "I know who you are. I don't give a fuck. Leave me alone." Don't say no to those kinds of people. And that. Anyway, I had to meet my uncles at one point in time. They explained to me and always wear suits. Makes it easier.
Audio quality is really cutting out. It's really bad, dude. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
Sorry. Oh man. Boy, I really thought a walk was going to be the way to go. I really thought that was going to just be a fantastic. Is it better now?
It's way better now. I think it's the walking around motion.
It must be. I really thought the walk was going to be just a great, but it's not.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Anyways, my uncles were bad motherfuckers, and they told me that men wear steel toe boots because you might need to take care of business. And that left an impression on me when I was like 10 years old.
Apparently.
I do wear sneakers occasionally, other things, but I do put steel toe boots on a lot. I feel more comfortable, more confident. I think because of that story, it left that impression in my young brain where it's like, no, like I always want to have a knife on me. I always want to be prepared. I want to, those kinds of things. I feel like this is not our best episode.
Yeah, this has been weird and wonky.
Yeah.
We thought we were getting a 5% boost. Maybe it's a wash.
Maybe it is.
But you know what? Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
The point is it's real life. We're just chit chatting.
That's right.
Maybe other people would want to listen to it. Maybe they don't. Who cares? Maybe we'll find something that works even better than this or funnier than this. Who knows?
You never know.
It's all about the journey. It's all about trying to figure it out and go from there. So
that's right. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. The key is we're hanging out, we're chit chatting.
Yeah.
Catching up.
Because I know I've had a lot of friends over the years, and anytime, like, even just simply not working together anymore, those friendships have like faded out.
They dwindle.
And every once in a while we might like say happy birthday to someone else, to the other or whatnot, but it's not like a weekly we chit chat, we send memes back and forth every day almost. So that's what it is. And maybe someone might be encouraged to kind of keep connections alive, because connections are so important to humanity.
They really are. There's a real argument to be made that one of the reasons that our society is crumbling is due to our lack of connection with each other and the larger community, right? You have all these people running around who feel isolated, they feel hopeless, they don't have a connection, they don't have a support system, they're unaware that they're cared about, or maybe they aren't cared about in some terrible cases, right?
And I hate to say it, to cut you off real quick, sorry, a lot of that's being I don't know the right word. I feel like a lot of that's being like the government and the media have not helped out with that.
No,
I think they're the ones that are kind of making it that way.
They're definitely exacerbating the situation. I don't know if they're making it 100%, but they're definitely adding fuel to that fire, And I think they're doing it because they recognize that a divided people are easily controlled and manipulated. If we spend all of our energy arguing about Bob across the street, or arguing with Bob across the street about his belief or his stance on any number of topics, instead of coming together in what unites us as a people, as a humanity, as a culture, then they can do what they want. And what they want to do is subjugate us and use us as tax cows.
Wait, is that kind of why like a large part of the U.S. government wants to ban abortion, so we continue to bring people into the world that continue to be toxed?
Probably, yeah. They're going to hide behind religious belief or something. But see, again, a lot of these people don't. It's probably because of that, There's probably some folks who honestly believe that it's morally repugnant to have abortion, and I might agree given certain circumstances, but I also recognize what I try my best to make my political decisions coming from a place of liberty, right? To me, that is the key founding principle of our nation is liberty. Is it perfect? No. Have we made mistakes? Yes. Are we trying to improve liberty for people? Yes. And on the one hand, yeah, maybe I disagree with the idea of a line has to be drawn somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And I don't always know where that line is, right? I mean, maybe even let's we can move away from the abortion topic because it's so difficult to talk about. But like, why is it if you go to a store and you steal goods that are $800, it's a misdemeanor, but if you steal goods that are $1,000, it's a felony? Because the line has to be drawn somewhere, right? And someone had to arbitrarily say, at this point in time, it's now so much, it's a felony. And they probably have a lot of complex reasons for it. I don't know. But that basic idea, analogy, could be applied to things like abortion, right? Where it's okay, well, maybe if you have an abortion in the first 12 weeks, it's okay, but maybe at 36 weeks, it's not okay, right? And I don't know. I'm not saying one way or the other because I don't know, because there's so many variables and mitigating circumstances. But yeah, they might be trying to ban it just to make more tax cows, you know? I do find it funny when the far right Christian conservatives do things like, and in some ways I basically agree. Like, I was it Florida, I think, recently they said it's okay for prayers to happen on football fields during school games, and everyone's like, yeah, we're bringing Jesus back to the schools. Yeah, that's cool, that's great. Like, I'm okay with that. I have no problem with a prayer happening in class or on a school field personally. But I think a lot of folks are short-sighted and they go, well, is it okay for a Christian prayer? What about a Muslim prayer or a Jewish prayer or a Church of Satan prayer? Or like, at some point in time, if you do, so a lot of the older generation in my family, they go off about, you know, all the problems in our country could be solved if we just had more Jesus in our lives. Maybe that might be true, right? At the same time, I don't think they always recognize that to somebody of a different faith, the opposite is true. Everything would be fine in this country if we just had more Muhammad in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
If we just had more whoever, right? So it's a very tricky situation when you try to increase liberty for everybody, but honestly increase it as opposed to paying it. Liberty for me, not for you, is a much more common belief. I don't know that people always realize that, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But stands have to be made, right? You have to make a stand and make a choice. And I know a lot of people who have had abortions, and I mean, I don't know why they made that decision, but they did. That's their decision. It's not my place to make that decision for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It gets complicated.
Life gets messy.
It does. Our fun podcast got real heavy today.
It's not real fun.
Not real fun today. Sorry, guys and ladies and gals. You know, but sometimes we gotta talk about serious stuff too. You know, we're not a one-dimensional podcast, folks. All right,
we shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. That's fair.
We contain multitude. You know, we contain multitude because humanity is multitudinous. Each individual is multitudinous. You know.
Yeah.
If we're one-dimensional, we're just caricatures of ourselves.
Maybe that's what they want. Maybe that's what they want upstairs.
Upstairs.
Yeah, like, management. The folks running the whole show.
Yeah, that might be what they want, actually. You know,
the more one-dimensional that we are, the more. What was that thing I recently heard? It was like easily scared, easily manipulated.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
That's true.
Just kind of talking about the masses and how everyone's just kind of cave into every government whim that's going on because, of course, they know best for us.
Yep. that it's a strange place we've come to in the country, from believing that the individual knows best for themselves to the point that half the country believes the government knows best.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm definitely somewhere in the middle. I do not want to believe that the government has nefarious plans and the government is doing things with the intent of harming the American people. I do, however, believe that the government is comprised of individuals, and individuals are flawed, and many of them probably do have good intentions and believe that the laws they're passing are for the best, are best for the country and humanity at large. On the flip side, humans are flawed, best intentions pave the way to hell, and for every good person who believes they're really doing what is right and good for the country, there's going to be another person who is in it for the money and the power and have no problem squashing everybody else to increase their power. And I'm afraid that is, the higher up the chain you go, I'm afraid that's more likely. The amount of deals you got to make and handshakes and money that gets exchanged, I think it becomes increasingly more likely that the higher up we go, the less their character. Yeah, I don't like that idea, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Got it.
So that goes back to Bill Hicks, right? The great comedian Bill Hicks passed away in the early '90s or the mid '90s. He had this bit about CNN and the 24-hour news cycle, and he goes, "Yeah, you turn on CNN and it's war, disease, famine, destruction, death. War, disease, famine, destruction, death. Well, I look out my window and a little bluebird flies by. Huh? I don't see any of those things out there. Go back to the news. War, disease, famine, destruction, death. War, disease, famine, destruction, death. I go, whoa, it must be true. I go back to my window. Huh? The sun's shining. A little kid just ran down the street playing with kickball. Right? So, not that those terrible things don't exist, but the way it's fed to us in a constant 24-hour news cycle definitely affects our perception of reality. And if our perceptions affect reality and reality affects our perceptions, you get a self-perpetuating loop. The more we ingest negativity and therefore subconsciously internalize it as reality, the more we create that reality, which then gets fed back to us.
I'm out of it, dude. Like, sorry.
Cool, dude, it's all right.
Oh man, there's some things I'm going through. There's some things going through right now, and I'm trying to do two things at once, and it's not working out.
Dude, it's cool, man. I get it. These things happen. I mean, to be fair, when you were on your multiversal story, I was only half paying attention. I was like, yeah, multiverse is whatever. I know. Got it. But I will say the whole one soul, multiple bodies thing, that's a twist I hadn't heard, and I did enjoy that part. I was like, man, that's interesting. Which is why I kept going back to it. Well, is it time to wrap up, dude? I mean, stuff's going on.
Yeah, it probably should be.
Yeah. Between whatever's going on with you and my terrible language and
oh yeah, it's been bad. It got better. It got better. It did get better.
Sorry, I thought the people wanted to hear my raunchy story.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. It's not like any one of you leaves any sort of combat comments for us.
That's true.
It'd be nice to get some feedback. We need to figure out a way to do that. So
yeah.
All right. Okay.
Well, hey man, you have a good day, dude.
Hey, you too, man. Yeah. Good talking to you. All right.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Bye.